literally after our video.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it really does suck. Then all throughout here, and no, I'm not even gonna put the hat back on, I already showed it. Cat's out of the bag, shaving my head. It's all gone. This is the bald look.
Everything changed. There's the good comments, there's the bad comments. But after seeing just that little impact of my story, that's whenever things started changing. I was ready to get out of my job. I was ready to like start pursuing more things in my life, because before that, I had no idea what I was going to do. I knew my time at the current job I was at, overwhelming feeling like it was about time to wrap things up. And I was pursuing my degree. I went back to college as I ended up graduating and getting my degree finally. A year later is whenever I started pursuing the acting and everything started happening.
Do you think that taking ownership and control of the whole kind of hair loss insecurity, was that like a catalyst to get this ball rolling inside you, do you think?
I would say so, yeah, because whenever when I still had hair, my priorities were in different places, like I didn't have confidence. I was like, there's no way I was going to try and like start a YouTube channel or something with my hair being the way it was. Like I didn't want people to see me. So I always had a hat on. And when I finally made that decision, I was like, dude, just embrace it, shave your head. That's when my confidence spiked. And I was like, okay, my confidence is getting better. And that's when I was like, put myself out there a little bit more, because I'm not as afraid. When you don't like the way you look, man, I didn't want to live a life like of regret. That's when I had gotten onto a television show for Yellowstone's prequel show, 1883. So I remember doing like the auditions for that, and I had to start the auditions in July. And that's whenever they said, hey, don't cut your hair. And that was the moment when I was like, what? Because I'd been shaving my head, and I knew I was gonna have a horseshoe if I like tried this. And so I started growing out the beard. So I grew out the beard, kept my hair growing, and then did the auditions. And then the show happens. Like, man, my hair's all puffed out here. It's like, pretty thin up top, super embarrassed, unruly. Like it was something that I wasn't expecting, and I had to like work with, but I was very grateful to be part of the show. And so got to go onto the show, work on that. And I wasn't the only one that was like thin up top, which was nice to like, I was like, oh, okay. But it was hard for me to like get that self-confidence, because I noticed, like, again, I went back to the hat. Like I have this hat sitting right over there. Like I was throwing the hat on, right after we were done with shooting for the day, hats on, like never walked out without it.
You lost a lot of weight as well. So not
Yes.
only were you growing out the hair again, you lost a ton of weight as well, which was difficult to kind of deal with, right?
I lost so much weight. I weighed like 155, 160 when I left. And when I got back, I was around 135. Months straight, just straight through the heat really drained me. And when I got home, it was like a skeleton. Like it just looked weird. Like, and I wasn't like Skeletor style, but I was very thin, and like all my muscle mass that I had been like working hard to try and get, I'd lost all my strength because I'd met up with my kickboxing coach, and my power just felt gone. That was kind of a wake up call. All of it accumulated and made me feel more self-conscious than ever, because not only was I walking around with terrible looking hair, and then being so thin, but like I said, I would not change the experience, because I love acting, and it's something I'm trying to pursue. And that was my doorway to get into that. So after that all happened, I was able to shave my head again. It was like, and then I even got a show. Like I got to do some stand-in work and behind the scenes work for a movie because of my shaved head. Because like
nice.
the casting agency was like, hey, like, you'd be perfect for a stand-in double for this guy. Could you come in and do that? So like, perfect. Yeah. If you're not happy with where you're at, it's like pivoting. It's a pivot point, because if you're not happy with where you're at that moment in time, why stay there? Like, why not go out and pursue things? Because it's like I've said, life is so short. You don't know when your time card is going to get punched. And I think about that so often, because of when I was in high school, I went to school with a girl, and one of the smartest girls in our class, like the smartest girl. I think she had graduated with her master's in like December of 2018. And I had seen her, and I was like, hey, you're going to do amazing things in life. Like, this is awesome. Like, you're going to do so great. And she had just landed her dream job in like March of 2019. And she died in a car accident in June of 2019, 3 months later. I'd rather take chances now and not have any regrets. And that was really a point when I was like, oh my gosh, like It doesn't matter. No one, like, whenever you're working at a job or something, no one's going to care if you decide to just up and leave and go pursue other things, because they have their own priorities. So don't stay somewhere if you don't feel comfortable with it. And yeah, I would say, like, with like the whole shaved head thing and everything, when I finally did that, I was like, okay, I shaved my head. It's not bad. I like the way I look with it. Now it's time to make some changes with my life. And so that was pursuing, like I said, pursuing acting, getting healthier, like eating healthier. I was like, okay, let's start making some changes. Let's start thinking of ideas. Write them down. What are your goals? Like, what do you want to do with your life? You want to get your degree. That's one of your biggest regrets, is not pursuing a degree. And I was like, okay, boom, write that down. Degree. I want to be in the best shape of my life. Boom, write that down. Be in the best shape of your life. Have a stronger relationship with your friends and family. Write that down. And then after that, it was pursue your dreams while you still have time. Write that down. And then, dude, that's all I can say is, like, yeah, when you can embrace adversity, dude, it's off to the races at that point. At least I feel that way. That's what's happened for me. And, there's some days it's not easy, but I would not change it. Pivot, change gears, and go a different direction. And so, yeah, that's exactly what I've done. And yeah, dude, I wouldn't change it. Like, finishing up on a movie tomorrow, and that's the coolest feeling.
It's great to hear, and it's
Yeah.
a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. And like, like I was saying with the hair, when you can accept that and, just accept it and embrace it and decide to make that plunge of just taking it all off, you don't have to worry about what people are going to think or say, because we're all our biggest critic. You know what I mean? Like, we all are our biggest critic. And if we can accept the way we look at that point on, it doesn't matter what other people think or what other people say at that point. To me, at least, that's how I feel. I just wanted to, like, just say, like, for people that are struggling, or that want to find a reason to make the jump and to go down the path that you and I've taken, just give it a try. First off, like, if you're having that thought, like, I kind of want to try it, give it a try.